The Zodiac Killer remains one of the most infamous unsolved cases in American history, a terrifying figure who haunted California in the late 1960s and early 1970s. With a string of brutal murders and taunting letters, the Zodiac Killer captured the nation's attention and left a chilling legacy that endures to this day. Stay with us as we delve into the mysterious and haunting story of the Zodiac Killer, a case that has baffled investigators for over 50 years. The Zodiac's reign of terror began on December 20, 1968, on a quiet stretch of road near Vallejo, California. High school students Betty Lou Jensen and David Faraday were parked in a secluded area when they were ambushed and shot to death. It was a senseless and brutal crime, and it would not be the last. Just 6 months later, on July 4, 1969, another young couple, Darlene Farron and Michael Mageau, were attacked in a similar manner while sitting in their car. Darlene was killed, but Michael survived, providing the first description of the killer. A man with a flashlight mounted on a gun who approached the car and opened fire. Shortly after this attack, the police received an eerie phone call. The caller claimed responsibility for both the double murder of Jensen and Faraday, and the recent shooting of Farron and Mageau. The caller offered chilling details about the crimes, confirming that the same person was behind both attacks. This was just the beginning of a terrifying cat-and-mouse game that the killer would play with the public and law enforcement. In August 1969, newspapers received a series of cryptic letters signed by the Zodiac Killer. In these letters, the killer bragged about the murders and included details that only the perpetrator would know. Most disturbingly, each letter included a coded message or cipher that the Zodiac claimed would reveal his identity if solved. The first of these ciphers was cracked, but it revealed nothing about his name. Instead, it contained a disturbing message about the Zodiac's desire to kill, comparing it to hunting humans for sport. The Zodiac's arrogance and need for attention only grew. He sent multiple letters, often mocking the police for their inability to catch him. He took credit for more murders than could be definitively linked to him, boasting about a body count that was impossible to verify. He often ended his letters with a symbol resembling a crosshair, his twisted signature. One of the most brazen attacks occurred on September 27, 1969, at Lake Berryessa. Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Shepard were enjoying a day by the lake when a man wearing an executioner-style hood and brandishing a gun approached them. He tied them up and then stabbed them repeatedly. Before leaving, he drew his signature crosshair symbol on Brian's car door, along with the dates of his previous attacks. Cecilia died from her injuries, but Brian miraculously survived and provided more information about the Zodiac's appearance. The Zodiac struck again on October 11, 1969, in San Francisco. Paul Stein, a cab driver, was shot and killed by a passenger. This time, the Zodiac sent a bloodied piece of Stein's shirt to the police, taunting them further. This attack was especially bold as it occurred in a busy city with potential witnesses all around, but the killer slipped away once again. Despite the mounting evidence, detailed descriptions, and the Zodiac's own taunting correspondence, the police were never able to catch him. Investigators had several suspects over the years, with Arthur Lee Allen often considered the prime suspect due to circumstantial evidence linking him to the crimes. However, Allen was never formally charged, and his DNA did not match that found on the Zodiac letters. Over the decades, numerous theories have emerged about the Zodiac Killer's identity. Amateur sleuths, journalists, and investigators have all taken stabs at solving the mystery, with some claiming to have cracked the remaining ciphers, and others proposing new suspects, yet none of these leads have definitively solved the case. The Zodiac's letters stopped in 1974, and he was never heard from again, leaving his identity shrouded in mystery.